Have you ever received feedback that just made you want to, or heard something about yourself that made your defenses rise? Today, we're going to talk about our relationship with criticism. Welcome, guys, to Design Moments, a channel that talks about growth, a positive change in mindset, a positive change in habits, and a positive change in lifestyle. So, this week I received some negative feedback and it wasn't direct, so I couldn't really respond, thank God. But it was not easy to find out certain things that were perceived about me. I remember thinking what I do next matters, like my next actions. Am I going to fight back, sulk, or what am I going to do? And that is what I want to ask people who are watching this video, that when you receive criticism, what do you do? And this is not a rhetorical question. Feel free to answer in the comments and share your understanding of criticism. Share how you deal with it. It's not really about how you give it. That's another video for another day. But how do you receive negative information about yourself? So I want to first put a disclaimer that I have feelings. So crying, getting hurt, this whatever, however you release your feelings, that's not up for discussion. But what is up for discussion is your actions afterwards. I just want to encourage everyone. I read a book by John Maxwell, and in it, at some point, he talked about failing forward, that we use failure to propel ourselves forward, and that failure and success are interlinked. You cannot have success without failure, right? And that made me think, okay, so I cannot grow basically without criticism. I cannot grow without hearing negative feedback. I mean, there's no way you can just be absolutely awesome at everything. So I need to deal with my relationship with criticism. And I want to touch on something first that I don't know if you remember in the last video, we talked about false positives, where false positives are limiting beliefs, where you believe something to be true and it's just not true. And you take it as your identity. And yeah, we are not doing that. We don't put limiting beliefs on ourselves, or we don't put limiting beliefs that the world has said or said about us on ourselves. But let's talk about false negatives, where you believe something is false, but it's actually true. I'm going to link it to criticism today, that sometimes you receive something and you might think, oh, they're crazy, they're wrong. But what if they are not wrong? Where does accountability come in? I would say the healthy thing is to look at what can you change and what should you let go. And we definitely do not identify ourselves with that criticism. You are not your work. You are not whatever it is that has been said about you. But you can learn from whatever it is that has been said about you. So accountability is key. And then, because I have an extreme nature, when I received negative feedback a few days ago, the first instinct was just like, oh my gosh, they're right, and I have failed, and it was just to identify with that criticism or negative feedback, and I don't know, it wasn't giving up, but just thinking that I've failed at everything. Of which it's not true, right? So I remember my partner told me that, look, when you receive criticism, just also think that they could be wrong about certain things. So yes, someone can be wrong about certain things and they could be right about certain things. Then there is the sweet spot, which is balance. So yes, this was said. What can I improve? What can't I improve now? And what is just redonkulous? I have been trying to figure that out. And that is my advice to someone, that whenever you receive negative feedback, Look at what could be true, what can you change, and what do you need to let go. Because it can be unhealthy to just allow people to say negative things about you, and you think, oh my gosh, I have to change this and I have to change that. And you'll constantly be changing. But there are some false negatives in your life where you think, oh, that's not true. And it could be true. And it needs to be changed. There's no growth without a bit of pain, without receiving negative feedback, without improvement. And last but not least, I heard this quote, I think it's Robin Sharma, who says, a bad day for the ego is a good day for the soul. So a bad day for my ego is a good day for my mind, will, and my emotions, which is my soul. And the biggest thing and the most important thing is, what do I do next? How can I improve? And you are not your criticism. You, whoever you are with a beautiful name, you are not defined by your mistakes. You are not defined by your failures. Your whole life is not about that one incident. And I dare even say many incidents. Yes, so maybe you've done the mistakes a number of times. You can change. You can do better. You can start where you are. Look at what you can change. Look at how you can add value. Look at what you can improve. And shoot for the stars. Like, comment, and subscribe.